Oh, any idea on GTA 6 system rec? Yeah, that's a tough one because GTA 6 really, from the promotional materials, it's going to have insane graphics, and because it's an open world game, with real life physics, lots of NPCs and such. I mean, if they didn't want that kind of looks for it, which is purely realistic, like from a real movie, I mean, yeah, that's going to be demanding. In itself, it's not surprising. What is kind of sad is that we right now live in an age where, tuning down graphics for lower setups, less powerful setups, is not a thing anymore. You know? That back in the day, you could really, really scale down the graphics. Yes, that it's insane amount of minimum requirements, especially for video cards. And back in the day when Crysis came out, Crysis was also back then was the go-to, best looking graphics with the most demanding hardware. But when Crysis came out, it was able to be scaled back to a so low settings that a really, really average computer could run the game. It wasn't that pretty. So most of the graphics, if you tune down to minimum, it was not a pretty game anymore, but you still could play with it. And of course, on ultra graphics, it was like a movie. It was awesome. But now, today, we are living in an age where everything is just, created to run on the latest console, like PS5 or PS5 Pro, and anything else is doesn't matter. We cannot really scale down the graphics anymore. And that is why we get this, that in this scenario, that you need to have basically a nuclear power plant running at home to run that game. We had games like this, like Crysis, back in the day, but that was the absolute maximum graphic settings, the ultra. And the average gamer with an average setup could still play with the game, but it was not looking that pretty. Now, we are living in the age where you have to have the machine to run on the ultra settings, because otherwise you're not going to play with it. And it's really sad. Right now, what is the system requirements for GTA 6 is, in my eyes, it's the system requirements for the ultra graphics. But the sad reality is that right now we have just the ultra graphics. You cannot tone it down, so you have to have that computer to play with it at all. Which is extremely sad, and I mean, I really don't like this kind of trend on the entire industry. But yeah, I mean, now this is the reality.